Hello everyone, it's Lee here. I just thought I'd give you this quick video to actually give you a bit more information from the information night we had last night. And unfortunately, in a 45-minute presentation, it's very hard to try and do everything for the novice investor, the investor that's just getting started, those with a bit of experience, and those that are long-term investors. It's hard to give everything to everyone in such a short period of time. So going on from Buy Bullion, I guess from last night you saw all the information on how the Australian economy is working, what's going on worldwide, how America's economy is tracking, and how China and India are resurgence back. And as you can see from what I gave you last night, that the funny money or the fiat currency we're using has got a limited lifespan, and every single one that's been done in the past has always crashed and reverted back to zero, and every single one of those times in history have always reverted back to silver, especially gold, as a backed currency, as a backup for the money in that country. But unfortunately, the world we're living in now is everybody's interconnected. This is the first time in history that a crash will happen that will be global, because everything is interconnected. Whereas 100 years ago, it was just localized. You had a crash that was just local to a country, but now it's going to be international, and there won't be any safe haven. Everyone will be affected except for those that are holding precious metals. Now, I did a small calculation about a year ago, and what I did is I looked up the total amount of debt in the world, and I looked up the total amount of gold in the world, and I just divided one by the other, and it recalibrated gold to anywhere between $35,000 to $40,000 per ounce. Now, I know that seems really crazy, but when you look at just how much debt the world does have and looked at how much above ground gold we do have, it is quite plausible for gold to go that high. So if you look at it at a point that, okay, well, let's say we go to a 50% gold standard where half of the money is backed by gold. That still means gold is going to be somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 per ounce. So when you're looking at buying gold as a long-term investment, don't get too bent out of shape about, waiting to see if the dollar price is going to go up by $5 or $10 or $2 or 80 cents. Don't get all bent out of shape about that, because you actually will send yourself crazy. Like I said at the information night, you don't ring up your real estate agent every day asking him, oh, has my house gone up by $2, $5, $10 or $1,000? When you're spending tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars, don't get all bent out of shape by a couple of $100 here or there. It's really, it's penny pinching, and in the bullion industry, it's not considered, it's just considered a bit odd. Like when you buy a house for $400,000, don't get all bent out of shape about paying $100 for stamp duty or a permit or so forth. And it's pretty much the same thing in the bullion industry. So if you're looking long term, by all means, and you're buying bulk bullion, by all means, try to get the best deal you can. But if you're only buying 1 or 2 ounces, maybe you can try and look out for saving $5 or $10 here or there. If you're buying thousands of dollars, don't get all bent out of shape about it. You actually drive yourself nuts. So looking at that, that's why it's a good case for bullion, because do your own research. Those of you that want my ebook, you can go onto my website, mrleechapman.com. You'll see my ebook for $8.80. And that basically, I've written down how the bullion industry works, how to make money from it. But more importantly, at the very end of it, there is a free study guide where you can actually write down your findings in Australia from the media, what you hear and see and read, write down your own opinions and come to your own conclusion on what's really going on, and then compare that to other international media outlets and get the real source of what's going on. And then you can sit down and actually make out, well, it does look like what Lee is saying is actually true. And if not, well, you haven't lost anything. You've done your own research and you've made up your own mind. Just remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm just telling you what I've done, what other people have done, and how other people and myself have made money doing that. So, in my opinion, in my 29 years of being in the jewelry industry. I think gold's got a long way to go yet, and if you take out all the manipulation out of it, if you take away all of the certificates that people have, if you take away all the EFTs and just look at that, there's more people wanting gold and wanting silver. We're not finding more of it. God's not going to clap his hands and just make another 5,000 metric tons of gold anytime soon. There's only so much on it. Silver is just as rare, if not more so, and at the moment is a real bargain to get silver. And actually, it is at the moment costs more to get it out the ground than it does to sell it. So it's a real bargain. It's below cost. So it's literally found as a byproduct of looking for other metals. There's very few dedicated silver mines in the world. And if you just look at the way we're using silver in batteries, in cars, so forth, as more and more cars come online to be electric, they're going to use more and more solder, which has more and more silver in them, let alone worrying about water purification and solar panels, that China is increasing its solar panel output by 100% every year, and they contain silver. So just looking at the usage of that is going to increase. So that is the case for precious metals. Just on the consumption side alone, there will be a shortage for precious metals in the near future, which alone will push up prices. So I hope that's been a little bit more of a help for you, and especially if you want to come to another information night, by all means bring a guest. And also by the ebook, you can pass that on to friends and family as well. And this has just been a little bit more information for you going on from last night. So I look forward to catching up with you again. Feel free to come into my office and have a coffee and a chat and talk about more about your bullion needs. And I look forward to helping you where I can. So until we catch up again, this is Lee, and bye for now.